Hi, good evening. Hello, guys. How are we all doing? Welcome back to yet another video, folks. Today, we are predicting day 4 of the second round, last 16 of the Betfred World Match Play. We saw the biggest upset last night when Cameron Menzies reeled in the big fish to 170 to knock out Luke Humphreys 10-7. And we've seen upset, a few, a 170 along the way, but can we add more drama? I think we can. So first up, Jonny Clayton will take on Gary Anderson. Jonny Clayton's second round opponent at the World Match Play is Gary Anderson, who averaged almost 110 in his opener. Jonny Clayton overcame a challenge of Damon Heta in the first round, winning 10-7 with the aid of a 144 checkout, averaging 97.63 over the course of the contest. Before we get into YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button, support the channel, like and subscribe to the channel, and please support the channel. And it's been over a year since the Welshman faced Gary Anderson, who referred to his hero ahead of this encounter. But the pair have faced each other a number of times over the years, particularly in the Premier League. Anderson was superb in the opening round, averaging a phenomenal 109.96 in a 10-2 demolition of Ryan Joyce, with the Flying Scotsman clearly still capable of playing world-class darts. Anderson doesn't hit those high averages, but has frequency, as they did though. But it would be a surprise to see a bit of a drop off here. But you expected Clayton to average around 95 to 100 range, which could result in a match that goes down to the wire over 18.5 legs. Looks on here, but I'm going for Anderson to win 11-8. Second matchup, compatriots Michael van Gerwen and Dirk van Duijvenbode battling out for a place in the quarterfinals of the 2026 World Match Play on Thursday. Michael van Gerwen won 9 of their last 11 legs against the underpar Andrew Gilding in the first round, winning 10-6 after initially being 4-1 down. The three-time World Match Play champion also missed double 12 for a 9 darter along the way, but knows he needs to improve upon his 94.85 average if he is to put himself in the running for the title. He'll take on the fellow Dutchman Dirk van Duijvenbode, who survived 4 match darts from Chris Dobie before eventually coming through 13-11. It was a battling display from the world number 28, who was hit with 13 180s from his opponent. Van Duijvenbode hasn't had many deep runs at big tournaments to boast about his recent times though, but despite the MVG isn't at the top of his game right now, we expected the former world number 1 to prevail against his countryman. I'm going for Van Gerwen to win 11-7. And then third up, good friends Luke Littler and Nathan Aspinall faced off in the second round of the 2026 World Match Play, with Littler boasting a dominant head-to-head record score between the pair. Luke Littler began the defence of his World Match Play title with a typically dominant display, averaging almost 110 in a 10-6 win over Nico Sprinter, but the world number 1 was given a stern test by the German, but found an extra gear in the latter portion of the match, but sending an enormous sign to those who are looking to dethrone him in Blackpool. Nathan Aspinall's performance was certainly nothing to be sniffed at though, but as he averaged in excess of 105 in a 10-5 success against Joe Cullen. That was the 2023 champion's 8th win in succession against Cullen, but now faces an opponent who has beaten just twice in the last 16 meetings. Littler generally has Aspinall's number. We expected him to hit more maximums and en route to another victory. I'm going for Littler to win most 180s and Aspinall to get the highest checkout. I'm going for Littler to win 11-6. And then final matchup, Josh Rock and Stephen Bunting meet for the 4th time in 2026, when the pair have locked horns twice in the Premier League as well as the UK Open. The 2026 World Match Play began with Josh Rock comfortably beating Luke Woodhouse 10-4, with a Northern Irishman benefiting massively from his opponent's wastefulness on the outer ring. I was tipped I was tipped Luke Woodhouse to beat Josh Rock, but wasn't to be. Rock averaged just 90.42 in that victory, but you have to think a similar level of performance here. He'll be punished by Stephen Bunting, who was pushed all the way in his own opener. The bullet has somewhat unfortunate to be here though, given that Neil Zonneveld missed 3 match darts against him, but Bunting eventually came through 13-12. He'll now be eyeing for his 3rd career quarterfinal at the World Matchplay. Rock didn't quite look himself in the first round, but Bunting looks a marginal favourite here. If you're not convinced, over 18.5 legs is an alternative market to consider. This one is unlikely to be one-sided either side. But I'm going for Rock to win 11-9. That's my predictions then for day 4 of the World Matchplay, last 16. Leave on your comments below and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, peace out.